what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy. Brian Kelly met with the media Saturday, touched on a few different topics. First off, here's an answer about one of the upperclassmen would be putting it lightly. Brian Kelly continuing to break down this new LSU defense and what you can be expected to see come fall time, was asked about Major Burns playing the star position in Baker's defense.
Questions?
Coach, with Sage Ryan seems like maybe at the safety, and I guess Major would be playing the star. Is that right? Just kind of how does the star shape what y'all can do in the secondary or want to do in the secondary, and how is those positions looking at this point in the spring?
So the star gives you a lot more, I would say, versatility within your defensive structure. A guy that can play man coverage, a guy that can blitz, a guy that can play zone coverage, a really good tackler, athletic in space, but also, a guy that's rugged enough that, if you put a tight end, he can handle himself at the line of scrimmage. If you're going to get into, two tight ends, you could move the star off the field and add another linebacker, to the mix. But, we felt like, Major, really fit that mold in terms of the star. He's closer to the football, and he has those skills that we were looking for.
Jake, so obviously when you're talking about the star position, when it's going to be a Baker's defense, I would say the word that comes to mind there is versatility. I think I like Major Burns in that role because he has the experience, so mentally he should be able to handle a very wide set of responsibilities. I'm not saying he's the best coverage guy, but he has his moments, and he made some really big plays last year. If you just think about some of the picks that he had that ended up being crucial, obviously the Mizzou one maybe being bigger than any other. Certainly he has the size to go bang around with tight ends if he needs to, or rush the passer. So I don't know if he ends there, but as a starting point, I kind of like Major in that role.
He's got the neck roll to be able to bang with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. True.
He's a player that's been here for a very, very, very long time. He's played multiple positions. When he's been out because of injury, it does look like a defensive backfield that's missing some leadership.
Yes.
And so he certainly brings that to the table. I like him closer to the football than I do in the back end. I think that is, better suited for his skill set. And he is somebody that I think, every single time, the effort and the toughness that you're going to get from him. And so, all the things that we hear that position being described, I think that's best for him and for the team kind of moving forward, because I think he had to, out of necessity, kind of play, a role where he played some strong but played some free safety as well, and that's not best for him or the team.
No. So it sounds like finding, again, Blake Baker, one thing that I'm really excited about is his record shows that he does a very good job of customizing roles and fitting players into roles that they are better suited for, rather than trying to force square pegs into round holes. Here is Brian Kelly talking about the defensive back room during spring ball.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of good young players there that, are playing better and better. But, I think the guys that played for us last year are improving as well. Toviano, Stamps, I think that they're improving at the level that is necessary for us. You mentioned a couple of the freshmen. I just think there's a lot of good young talent. They're being coached. I think Coach Owen's doing a great job with the safeties. I think that they're very active and very much involved in what's going on. Jordan Gilbert gives us a veteran player back there. So I think there's a nice collection of some veteran players, some younger players. Same thing at the cornerback position. I think it's just a natural selection of younger players and some guys with some experience that we finally have. As I said, I think the sum is going to be much more about what this team is than any one individual.
Yeah, so look, this defense, Jake, I don't think – I mean, no, I'm sorry. Harold Perkins can be a superstar, and I think Blake Baker will make him one. But this secondary, I don't think you're going to have a superstar there, but I think you can be solid. He mentioned Sampson, mentioned Toviano. I think – is it J.K. Johnson that everybody's been saying really good things about? Again, I don't know if you have like a certified dog, like, okay, you just put him on whoever and he's going to shut him down. He could follow him. But it should be, if for nothing else, then too, I think the scheme and the coaching is going to be a bit better as well. But with the experiences he's referencing there, like this defensive back room may not be the most dominant, but I don't think it'll be an embarrassment like it was last year. I think they'll be very solid.
You're not going to have team score touchdowns on you and not have a defender in the screen.
We'll give you one. We'll give you one of those.
That feels like a big advantage for you. That's the thing, right? The talent's not going to be there like we've seen at that position. It's just not. I mean, you're going to have talented players, but not the talent where you've had a first-round pick and you knew he's a first-round pick as a freshman. But the scheme a year ago, right? That's what you had, lesser talent and a bad scheme. So that's why you go spend money on a Blake Baker. That's why you go bring Corey Raymond back. And so it's going to be better than a year ago just based off the scheme alone. And then the experience that these young players that we're talking about got last year is going to be crucial for their growth. It's not going to be the first time. It's no longer baptism by fire like it was a year ago. Like having that experience and knowing that you can reach back and remember a time against A&M or remember a time late in the season against whoever. Oh, yeah, I've been through this before. And they've played road games in the SEC as well. So, like even just the different coverages that they're going to run because they ran the same thing over and over and over and over again. It was like, hey, man, I don't know quarters. We're at third and 11 quarters. Like, it's just so many times they did that a year ago.
And they
that's
weren't
just
good at it.
That is, they were a bad quarters team who ran quarters consistently. Like, I'll never forget the A&M game where your offense is balling out and Flynn has his kids at the game. They go down the concession stand. He says, effing quarters. He comes back up to his seats from the concession stand. Did they run quarters again? Like, he did it 7 times during the game. I was like, yeah, Matt, they still are running the same coverage. So that alone is going to help you so much. Even if the talent isn't what we're used to seeing at that position, just having guys in the right place, playing multiple coverages, and not allowing the offense to know exactly what's coming, that is going to help you.